Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This store is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Get signed up for their email distribution list to find out when the store will be opening, what their hours will be, and most importantly, what they will have in inventory at abvbarrelshop.com. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebartogo.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we complete a bracket challenge to determine the best whiskey bottle shape for a casket. My name is Justine Mays. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Jim Fosnot and Kathy Kuhl.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hello.
How you doing?
Hey, so this show came about. Jim and I were talking about this. I think Jim was telling me a story about this, and I was like, that'd be a good show idea. And he's like, you got to get me on that show if we do one. So there we are. Here we are. We have, turning a bottle shape into a casket. And what is the ultimate one? So in the one in the example of your story, Jim, what was Jack Daniels, right?
Yeah,
makes sense. Highly marketed.
Jack Daniels casket made. It's actually been done. That's what the story was.
This isn't a brand new idea or anything. We're just seeing if there's a better way. Maybe Jack Daniels is going to be in our thing tonight, but we'll see if there's a better way, one that scores better. But we'll get to that after the break. For right now, Kathy said there's something she wanted to talk about. What is that, Kathy?
Yeah. So when you were a kid and you went out at night to catch the bugs that light up, what did you call them? There's 2 camps, right?
Lightning bugs is what we call them.
Anybody
I call it both. Lightning bugs or fireflies. It was interchangeable where I was at. Like, you could call them either one.
So we got lightning bugs.
I've heard them in Michigan. It's interchangeable. I've heard people call it both.
Yeah. I do hear people call it. It's not like when it's right and wrong, like, the correct term is soda, incorrect is pop. Lightning bugs and fireflies is interchangeable. It's okay. Yeah.
Do we need to have a small talk about pop versus soda?
I just said it because I knew we'll get to Justine. She says
I say pop.
I actually have a shirt that says it's called pop, not soda.
Huh. That's a misprint. That's why it's worth money. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I bought Steve a sticker that says that. I think it might be on his computer.
Yes, but I got that computer. It was, but I got a new computer this past year, so it went with the computer.
You need to take the sticker off and put it on the new
No, I don't think you could take it off. It was affixed. It was very
quality sticker you bought. So
you had to buy the damn quality one. It's too thick a glue. So yeah.
So
someone
Firefly.
Yeah. So firefly, is there any? I bet you there's another name that's even weirder than that. There's got to be lightning bugs, fireflies, and something else. What else is the other?
I was catching them with my granddaughter last week in my backyard.
Yeah, they seem to be back in pretty good force this year. It's some years they're not so much, but yeah.
I love going and sitting outside on the patio at dusk and take the dogs out, have a cocktail, and watch the fireflies.
Several years ago, I was camping and on the Black River in Lesterville, Missouri, and there's my son and I started this tradition where we have someone drive us up to the campground above us, which is about 2 or 3 miles, at 10 o'clock at night, and I have these canvas rafts that are almost impossible to pop, and we float down the 2 to 3 mile stretch with nothing but a canvas raft in the pitch black, and no flashlights, nothing. We just go on we call it the midnight run, but it's so cool. We come around this one bend, and there's this bluff, and there must have been 10,000 lightning bugs. We're like a scene from Avatar. because everything just lit up, and they're on the leaves, and like the leaves are lighting up green from them and stuff. It was one of the most surreal kind of experiences in nature.
That's cool.
You know what it sounds like, Jim? It sounds like when you go to a concert and like the lighters or the lights, they were doing that because you guys were coming.
Yeah, pretty much. There's no ambient light. There's no city around there. There's no other houses, whatever. So it's one of those things where like you see a million stars, it's so pitch black out, and just fireflies everywhere. My son still talks about it. That was one of our great camping adventures.
That's cool.
That is cool. That's cool. So did you guys know, like from the 50s all the way through the 80s, there was this company that was Missouri based, and you as a kid, really, I guess adults could do it too, but it was really mostly kids. That's who they geared towards, and they advertised in kids magazines and stuff like that. You could collect fireflies or lightning bugs and mail them into them, and there's some chemical or something like that they pull from them, but they would pay you for them. But it's not very much. It's not, you catch like 100, you get $1 or something like that. So it doesn't seem like it would be very worthwhile. But this is a true deal. You guys ever hear that?
No,
I didn't. But I also remember as a kid, and like this will get you. You're gonna get complaints from Pete on this. But did you ever make like you'd smash the lightning, the light up part, and like make a ring on your finger or stuff like that?
We had the one kid on our. So you're that kid. So we had that kid on our street on Commonwealth Drive growing up. Yeah. So that's just replace that guy. With
that was me. Yeah, I was. Yeah, here let's make a ring, or let's make a
ring, or he'd put it on his nose. The guy we'd hang out with. It still glows and stuff. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, it was crazy. All right. Well, there you go. It's that time of the year. Be kind to the fireflies. They're cool for sure. All right. Well, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? We'll start with Kathy, since she did such a fine job with that topic. What are you drinking?
Thank you. I think I'm going to go back to my seagrass.
Okay. Decent. Could be enough to win. We'll see. I'll go next. I've got David Nicholson 1843. This brand just continues to rebrand, evolve, change bottles, you name it. So this is the new bottle. Kind of looks like an old time bell, like ding, 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 ding.
How many bottles have they had in the last 15 years?
I know, a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know why they keep doing that. It seems
it's
expensive.
They get the cheapest, probably.
I guess, but it's all like it has like the name, in the. So it's like, I don't know. It seems like they got to get that made up. It's not like it's stock or anything. So I don't know. Weird. All right, here we go. Cork pop. Ooh, crisp.
Really?
Yeah, there's nothing on our end.
Like this.
Fine. Kathy's got the lead, even though
like you at this end.
All right, Kathy's got the lead, but listen to hers close. We'll have Tim Swyatt and analyze this. Tim, tell me if the bulk of the noise from Kathy's is not like hitting a desk or something. She hit something with that bottle. That's not all bottle pop. She hit something. And
she hit a bass note, Steve. You hit a bass note. That's what it was.
She'll get busted when Tim does a full analysis, and we'll reverse this one if needed. But for right now, Kathy has the lead. Justine, what do you got?
I have a Yellowstone Select from Total Wine.
Okay. I would say it's really about ties. Everything's been about the same. Not a lot, but because Kathy's so passionate, we'll let her have the lead. I feel like we could crush her soul if we took it away from her. So thank you for being kind, Justine. Like me, Justine's kind like me, even though there's looming controversy there.
Jim could have a brand new bottle. He lives with Heidi. There's 4 bottles lined up in front of him, all brand new.
Oh yeah, Jim, what do you got?
It could, but so I went with the Yellowstone as well. So this is how my night went. This was a brand new bottle last night at the start of 4th of July.
Oh.
So we had a pretty good night. That's about half gone. So we took this up with us to watch the fireworks. So
shouldn't be much here, I wouldn't guess. Yeah, that's not enough. Kathy,
let Tim pick the winner.
Yeah. Tim, tell us who won this one. For right now, we'll put Kathy as the person of record. So cheers, gang.
Cheers.
All right, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, it's bracket challenge time, something we haven't done a lot here recently. We're going to try to find out the best coffin bottle. We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot in the greater St. Louis area. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only focuses on single barrels. We aren't open just yet, but our plan is to have the most diverse single barrel offerings from our many friends in the world of bourbon. By signing up for a weekly email, you will know our entire inventory we have on hand. In addition to single barrels, we'll have a tasting bar and a gift shop featuring logo merchandise for both the shop and the ABV network, as well as a full curriculum of bourbon education classes. Additionally, we'll use the gift shop to feature products from our partners in the world of bourbon, companies like Art Eatable Chocolates and Old Man Bay Signs. Head over to ABV Barrel Shop to sign up for our email and text distribution list so you can stay in the know. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent visits to Kentucky. Today, he's leading the way for young distillers making their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery combines family history, a look at what makes their products unique, and of course, a tasting through their whiskeys, moonshines, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com and visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
This is Bob. I'm in Ohio. You're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back. Today on the show, we are completing a bracket challenge for what would be the best casket bottle.
Yes, we are. So we're looking at this as, trying to figure out what if we had to be buried and we could choose what it would be. So you're kind of, it's some personal, some also, just from a practicality standpoint, what would make a good casket? So Jack Daniels, that was the one that Jim read about and shared with me. Then we've got Willet Pot Still, Jim Beam White Label, Birthday Bourbon, Blanton's, Wild Turkey 101, Knob Creek, and finally Kings County. Here's how they're going to play out. So Birthday Bourbon will take on Jack Daniels. Wild Turkey 101 will take on Jim Beam. Ooh, that's a tough matchup there. Kind of two, the exact same thing. Blanton's versus Knob Creek, and then Kings County versus Willet Pot Still. And by the same thing, I meant very popular bottles, a lot of support for them, and kind of the base products of their respective companies. So just to clarify that. Round one, let's, Kathy, you're going to be first. We're just got three of us playing. So Kathy, Jim, and Justine. I'm just the moderator on this one. So Kathy, you're first. Birthday Bourbon or Jack Daniels?
So I'm drawing little pictures of the bottles because I don't have a birthday bourbon, but I know what the bottle looks like. It's really fun. Jack Daniels, it's like a rectangle, right?
It's true. Yeah.
So it would fit most body types.
Oh yeah. It's closest probably to Jim Beam's got kind of a similar bottle style, but yeah, to a coffin really or maybe Knob Creek is kind of coffinish too.
I think if the birthday bourbon is big enough, you could maybe twist a person around.
I mean, we'll give you the birthday bourbon coffin.
Position, like L-shaped.
Yeah, we'll just have to twist you up a little bit.
Yeah, so
Let's throw up in the bottle like
bourbon. I'm going to pick it.
You're going to go with birthday bourbon. All right, birthday bourbon goes up 1-0. Jim, what do you think?
Well, I'm all about the bottle shape to the body shape, and I don't really want to see the person who could be buried in the birthday bourbon bottle. That looks sounds horrible to me. So I'm going to go with Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels. That means Jack Daniels has come back and tied it up. Justine, you're going to be the tiebreaker. Birthday bourbon or Jack Daniels?
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with Jim. Like, I don't know who is going to fit in a birthday bourbon. Or, for that matter, once we get to it, who's going to fit in a Willet Pot Still? Like, somebody who was dismembered and, like, you just have to, throw them in there. Like,
I saw a lady at Walmart the other day that probably would have fit, but...
Was she like,
You know that.
Yeah. I think I saw one on this last trip too. So yeah, she was a tweaker though. She was tweaking. So I don't know that she can afford it. I think most of her money's invested in drugs. All right. Wild Turkey 101 or Beam is going to be our next one. Jim, you're going to be first. Wild Turkey 101 or Beam. I think both excellent bottle styles. Just becomes more what do you think is the better one here?
I'm going to have to go with Wild Turkey 101 on this one. I agree both bottle styles work, but my joke for a long time was to do a coffin out of barrels for someone and name it the Jimmy Russell Preserve instead of Reserve.
Oh,
so we'll go with Wild Turkey 101. So we'll go with Wild Turkey 101.
That's bad. Even saying something like that. I mean, Jimmy Russell, for God's sakes. I'll tell you what, Jimmy Russell probably come to all of our funerals. I mean, that guy, he's an icon. Yeah. There's something special about that guy. So yeah. All right. So here's where we're at. Wild Turkey 101 is up 1-0 over Beam. Justine, you're next.
I agree. Both of these are I think would work for any body shape. So I'm just going to go with Jim Beam White Label to keep it interesting.
Okay. All right. Kathy, here's where we're at. Beam and Wild Turkey 101 are tied up. What are your thoughts?
I'm a big fan of the Wild Turkey, so I'm gonna stick with it. Turkey 101.
Wild Turkey 101. Okay. All right. That means it moves on, and it'll be facing Jack Daniels in round 2. Fun. All right. Next up is Blanton's versus Knob Creek. Blanton's versus Knob Creek. Justine, you're first.
Well,
Blanton's feels roomy to me. I like that. Yeah. So many activities you can do in that coffin.
Are you sitting in it sitting Indian style, crisscross applesauce, whatever they're calling it these days? It's round.
Well, if you just make it big enough. So I would have to commission mine it'd be 14 foot tall, but man, it would be nice. It would be so roomy. All right. Justine, Blanton's or Knob Creek?
I feel like the Blanton's is like a pretty bottle. It would be a pretty shaped coffin.
Yeah. And I would have the S on the top because that's the victory one where the rider wins the race. And of course, S stands for Steve. That's why they did the S at the end. It was just going to be Blanton, but then they Akeley's a cool guy. Let's make the S. And that's the one that would be my cork topper. And then there would be people collecting. They'd break into the caskets of these people because they collect the cork toppers from the caskets because they're so big. They'd be on behind people's bars and stuff. So yes. I would have the S, by the way. So I don't know if that helps anything, Justine, but Blanton's or Knob Creek.
Just kind of went off on a tangent there. Just because Blanton's bottle is pretty, I'm going to go with Blanton's.
Okay. Blanton's goes up 1-0. All right. I just got word from Buffalo Trace. The Blanton's casket is allocated, so you'll have to wait in line for it.
Have to wait,
or get lucky in a casket lottery. So one of the two,
or pay 4 times face value for the casket.
Yes, 4 times casket value. So yeah,
it's a $20,000 casket now.
Yeah. All right, Kathy, what about you?
I started thinking about the pallbearers.
Yeah.
They could just roll the Blantons on its side, but that might...
Seems kind of disrespectful to the individual inside, but that's okay.
I'm not worried about the person inside. They're dead. I'm worried about those facets getting bent and messed up. So I'm going to go with Knob Creek because I think the pallbearers will have an easier time.
Okay. So here's where we're at, Jim. You're going to be the tiebreaker. Blanton's and Knob Creek are tied up. What are your thoughts?
I think with your and I's body shape, Steve, that Blanton's works better. I feel like Blanton's a better pick for you and I. And you kind of stole my thunder. I was thinking you just bury it to the cork. So the horse is the tombstone. And stick it up there.
That's good. That's good.
That is the tombstone right there. So you're buried upright. So then you're just kind of sitting there upright, and if people want to come and steal the cork, they can just look in at you because your head's gonna be right there. Yeah.
There you go. So Blanton's moves on. All right. Next up is Kings County versus Willett Pot Still. This is interesting bottles for sure. Interesting style bottles. Round number 4. up first is back to Kathy. Kathy, you're first.
Okay. I'm going to keep it simple. Kings County.
Kings County. Okay. I do like the font Kings County uses. It's like a typewriter. I like that. Yeah, I would have everything themed if I had the Kings County one. Like the little cards that you get next to my Kings County would have like the typewriter look to them. Picture
could be printed out like that.
Picture Jesus on the front and then my story on the back. Born this date and that. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Then my tombstone would have that typed font. I like this. This one might work. All right, Jim, how about you? Kings County or Willett Pot still?
Well, I'm going to have to close this one out because we discussed earlier, like who's fitting in the Willett pot still. Like it's such an odd shape for that. And while I have seen one or two people at Walmart with that a rarity, so I'm gonna go with the Kings County for the
all right. That means
practicality of the shape.
Kings County moves on, unless it would be available at Walmart. Then the pot still might be okay. Apparently. All right. So our final four looks like this: Jack Daniels will go against Wild Turkey 101, Blanton's versus Kings County. Round number 5. Up first is Jim. Jack Daniels or Wild Turkey 101.
Well, I wouldn't consider it anywhere near my favorite bourbon. I just think it'd be iconic to be buried in a Jack Daniels, and that black label is kind of fitting to the, the setting there. So I'm gonna go with that with Jack Daniels there.
All right,
and then my tombstone is the Jack Daniels statue, but you just get your face instead of Jack Daniels' face.
Okay. That's nice. Yeah, it's a nice touch. Okay, Justine, how about you? Jack Daniels or Wild Turkey 101?
I am going to go with Jack Daniels because it's just like a prettier, kind of more elegant looking bottle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Would you be decked out inside with all Jack Daniels gear? Because I feel like I would. I'm not wearing a suit. If the one thing I'm saying, if I have to be buried, and I don't care what happens to me, I could be buried, cremated, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. But if I am buried, I don't want to be in a suit. For the love of Christ, don't put me in a suit. I never want to be in a suit again, not for all eternity in there. No, I don't want a suit. Jack Daniels gear would be fine. Do they make big boy sizes in Jack Daniels gear?
I'm sure they do, buddy.
That seems like they have a lot of big fans.
They make, yeah.
Okay.
They have seen Meatloaf in a Jack Daniels shirt, so you'd be fine.
Okay. All right. Yeah, then I'm good. All right. Blanton's versus Kings County up next. Justine is first. Blanton's or Kings County? What do you think?
I'm going to stick with Blanton's.
All right, Blanton's goes up 1-0. What do you think, Kathy? Blanton's or Kings County?
I'm going to let somebody else decide, so I'm going to pick Kings County.
Kings County, okay. That means, Jim, it all comes down to you. Blanton's or Kings County? What do you think would make a better casket?
Again, I'm going to have to go with the Blanton's there. I think it's a better shape for what we're doing, and I just want the horse tombstone up top.
Okay. All right. Jack Daniels, that old famous black label Jack Daniels, very iconic, versus Blanton's, kind of a newer product in the scheme of the world of bourbon, but also iconic certainly in its own way. So here's where we're at. Kathy, you're going to be first. Jack Daniels or Blanton's?
Blanton's really is a pretty bottle. I'm going to pick it.
All right. That means Blanton's goes up 1-0. Jim, what do you think? Jack Daniels or Blanton's?
I'm going to close it out and go with a Blanton's single body casket.
There you go. Single body casket. There you go. So Blanton's is our champion. So how about that? So congratulations to the team over at Buffalo Trace. You have been recognized as having the best potential for being a bottle-shaped casket. So how about that? Very cool. All right. Well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Kathy, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Facebook, Kathy Cool.
All right, Jim.
You can find me on Facebook at Jim Fosnot, on Instagram at FozJim, FAZZJIM, or every Wednesday through Saturday at the ABV Barrel Shop in Arnold, Missouri, opening this Saturday coming up on the 9th as we're recording here. So a week from today as we record.
Excellent. Justine, how about you?
You can find me on Instagram at JA_Maze. You can find our shop at abvnetwork.com and on Instagram at abvnetworkshop.
All right. For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. The important website, though, is abvnetwork.com. Why is that important, you ask? Why do you want to know? Because everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, we've got over 3,000, a lot more than 3,000. We've got our blogs out there. We've got our newsletters. We do several of those each week. So check us out at abvnetwork.com. Justine, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. Also, if you like what we're doing, please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/theabvnetwork.
All right. Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Cheers.
Bye.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Another friend of ours is the Goldstein family at Goldstone Mill. The Goldsteins offer a variety of heritage and heirloom grains to make the finest whiskeys in the world. Plus, they are more than just a grain company. They are truly consultants to make sure the grains they are providing to you or your business meet your highest expectations. Additionally, they work with mills around the country, ensuring shipping is as low as possible for their customers. If you're a distillery, brewery, or even doing this at home, Goldstone can assist you. Check them out at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or check in via email at hello@goldstonemill.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's upcoming Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with a national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.